Hey, everybody, welcome to the Evercade Podcast. And we have Grow in the Darkness. And we have
I'm here. I'm here.
He's here. Let me out. Let me out.
That's such a great effect.
Let's see if he can hold it like that the entire
I'm not
show.
gonna hold it like this for an hour. I gotta.
Just get some tape and you'll be fine.
I don't know. It's like it's a turn. So like I'd have to tape it in multiple places probably.
Watch it get
And I'm not
stuck
gonna.
on. But it's cool. All right. So how's everybody doing? It's fine.
Did you
Saturday
introduce Pete? Or
No.
did I throw you? I threw you off enough to where you didn't finish the introductions.
Yeah, he didn't introduce me.
I said, yeah.
Everrap is mad.
Everrap.
Yeah. I am formal. The YouTuber formerly known as Evercade is now Everrap.
So where's Raph coming from though?
What?
Where's Raph coming from? Why is it ever Raph?
Because I apparently we were talking about turtles. Remember a couple weeks ago?
Oh,
And
okay.
I was considered Raphael. You know the big, strong, grumpy one.
Well, you know what's throwing me off is because I actually know somebody named Raph, not Ralph.
Oh.
Raph.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, our viewers can't see this, but Pete changed it. Like, it used to be Everkid 80, and then it was like Gamer, then all the binary, and then he changed his name to Everrap.
If you put the thing on there to show everybody's names, it would show up, but I don't know how to do that.
No, I think we have the disabled.
That sounds like work.
Yeah, right. So that's why. But yeah, Ninja Turtles. So yeah, hopefully everybody's had a good week. I know I've been.
Oh, I think 2 weeks is longer than short term.
What?
So, Immortal Sojourn says I have short term memory loss. I think that's regarding when we were talking about the turtles.
Yeah.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
When I forget something, somebody asks me something like that, I just say I don't have short-term memory. I don't care memory. If I don't care about it, I don't remember it.
Well, it was funny. It's like my wife will tell me a story. It's just so much information all at once. And when I ask a question, she gets mad because I told you where I got it from.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I asked. Oh man, that's quite a week. Hopefully, you all got some Evercade gaming. Hopefully, everyone's getting their new carts.
I actually did a game. I did a cart. I actually did the Sunsoft too. It's out on my channel. How the hell did that happen so fast?
Amazing.
Yeah, I did a Sunsoft first look, and one of the games is broken on it for me.
Oh really?
Oh.
Which one?
Oh my gosh, I forget which one it is now. Where's the box?
Broken is just it won't load.
It crashes.
Oh crap!
Yeah, I forget what it is now. Anyway, yeah, it crashes. Oh, I think it's maybe Euphoria, the saga. That one.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it crashes when I got down into certain level. Yeah, and I think that's the one too that has the epic music. Go check out my video anyway. My video will show you where it crashes. It just freezes up, and you got to reboot your Evercade to get it back on.
Huh.
Oh man,
it always happens, or did it only do that once?
Well, I'll try it again.
Yeah. If it only happens once, then sure, But...
Let's see, shall we?
No,
we have the technology.
I love Euphoria. That was an unexpected gem. That game is really cool. Actually, that I've been enjoying everything. Not that it's funny. I keep saying not that Arrow the Acrobat 2 is bad. It's just I like the kamikaze squirrel and all that, like the control and everything a lot better. But yeah, it's turned out to be a good card. That fighting game is hard. It's tough as nails. Even on either that or I need to get better at it, even on easy.
Probably need to get better at it.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Well, are you playing it? Are you playing it with the handheld? Are you playing on the handheld? Or are you playing?
Yeah,
on the VS?
on my EXP.
Well, I meant the fighting game for Ed.
No, playing it on the VS.
The fighting game is actually probably the best fighting game outside of Street Fighter 2 on the Evercade.
Oh, that's
if you check out my video, go check it out now. You'll hear all about it.
Well, that's not too hard to believe, to be honest.
No, exactly. It's not a high bar fighting game.
Before we say hello to the chat, what's weird though is that PlayStation games load almost instantly on the Super Pocket, but I don't know why on the VS and on the EXP they take longer. I was noticing that the other day. It's kind of a weird thing. But yeah, let's
Yeah,
see.
talking about weird things. I was playing Duke Nukem Time to Kill, and the thing that throws me off every time with that game is when you go to the menu and you load from a save state, it always loads the intro movie and then goes back to the Evercade menu and
Oh,
save state.
that's so it doesn't skip past that. All right, so we got Pick a Duck, new Giga card announced. Cool. Got channel member Lloyd JRM. We got Rustapasti. All right, and another channel member. We got Taz.
Volkswagen Taz.
We got that weird guy.
Yeah, that weird one that likes Lex.
We got Jen Joe. Just a reminder, the artist who did my awesome logo, and I'm ever grateful. Yeah, another channel member, Jason Shears. Good channel member, Guitar Jiro. Hi there, this is Warren Davis, and you're watching Evercade. Yes, I love that. It was a fun moment. Oh my good, a Gandalf appeared just in time for the chat. Welcome. Another channel member, GF. Leak off on the stream, dude. Believe me, if we we'll talk about it if we do anything. Other channel member, Sucker MC, and the infamous Ian Hobbies. We got iHeart Retro. Now that I can say their name right. Another channel member, Mortar Sojourn. Another channel member, we got Annie Piranha. Another channel member, we got Crypto Coffee. So many channel members, I love it. We got J South, Ballistic Coffee Boy. We got Arnold, Baracus. Who else do we have? Thank you so much.
Is this me or is Ed's music getting louder and louder?
It really is.
Oh my goodness. And then, we have
And I know that music. I'm just trying to place the game.
Right.
Are you trying to play?
Oh no, I recognize the music and I'm like, wait, what is that game?
No, it's I'm playing Euphoria because it crashes for me, and even though I say it in my video, it's got the weirdest combination of Final Fantasy and Zelda music for this boring ass looking side scroller game. I'm like, why does it have such epic music? But this is Euphoria.
Huh.
Makes you feel
They
euphoric.
said they went and found the best music from Final Fantasy and Zelda. Said, hey, let's just combine it and make this game. That I still don't understand why you're just running around and you can't make certain jumps in this game without dying.
You have to
There's no weapon.
You have to unlock your buddies and then you get more ability. It's weird. It's like it's like a platformer Metroidvania. You unlock your buddies and they do.
Oh, I assume that. That's what I was saying in my review of it. But I'm just like, the music's amazing, but it's just a complete ripoff.
Sunsoft will be. Yeah, I know Amazon is really slow.
Well, now there's echoing.
Remember Crash Line. Greetings, program. I don't know why I read it like that. Who else do we have here? We got Andre 4S. The chat is buzzing. Oh my goodness! Oh wow, awesome. Well, great to have everyone here, and happy Gandalf was able to teleport in. Oh my god! So
yeah, last week it was just me and Ed the whole time for like.
I was there for a few minutes.
yeah, that's right. You did show up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
We do have some things to talk about. Oh, here's the thing I've been dying to share though. Oh my god. So get this with the polls, and it's all I can say is people really want Konami. Like more than people want Konami more than Konami versus itself.
I think you've memed it though. That's why.
Yeah.
The polls come around on itself.
Yeah. So here we are. So that's why I said Konami survived 3 times. It beat out Sega, it beat out Neo Geo, and it beat out Capcom with the physical cards. And now it got an extra life because I was like, okay, you can have guaranteed 2 PC Engine, TurboGrafx 16, a mixture, Japanese, USA, CD-ROM, at least 2 collections, right? Like you're definitely guaranteed to get that. Or you can go with Konami, but you can never get any games in the TurboGrafx library, like USA.
But that wouldn't really work because doesn't Konami own most of the TurboGrafx stuff now?
They do.
Yes. And that's why I did that. So like if you pick this, you could still
just use Konami, get them anyway.
Well,
yeah,
But it's more of if you pick Konami though, you can get Contra, Castlevania, but you're not going to get Bunks unless
Right.
you got like for Nintendo because it's you're not going to get any of those games on the TurboGrafx. So.
But you would because Konami owns that stuff now.
But that's the rules of the thing. That's why I said like.
But it's the rules of real life.
But this is more of this is just more of hey, you can still have Konami, but for whatever reason, they're not going to give any games license to their TurboGrafx PC engine. But people still wanted it, dude. People and overwhelmingly 60%.
Yep.
The Konami army is coming to get you, Ed. It's unstoppable. Yeah, Konami. But I like both. Yeah, I hear you. One person, Toxo said, sorry, Konami. They actually wanted. They're one of the people in this category. They wanted. I don't know which one I would pick. It's tough, right? I don't know which one I would pick because I really want this. It's just like, do you want Contra and Castlevania more bad than other unknown?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of those things where it's, like Konami for the known quantities plus games that I missed out on, but PC Engine TurboGrafx 16 because like 90% of the library I haven't played at all.
Well, wait a minute. What if it's not like Konami, but and you all of a sudden can't get the PC Engine games? Would that mean you would never get Castlevania Rondo of Blood?
Yep, exactly.
Then the only correct thing would be not to vote on the poll.
Yeah, sure. You don't know.
They only
don't really
not
care.
play at all, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
What is alpha? We'll get to that. We'll get to the.
Everybody's like, on the news.
We'll get to that. So yeah, we could dive into that next. But I did need to get that out of the way. So yeah, pretty much that was kind of the big news this week. So I know Mad Little Pixel put out a video, but actually before that, like I saw people pointed out and Crow pointed out like in our little private chat amongst the four of us.
Well, we'll be showing that website off in the Evercade. Wow, what's the name of this thing that I'm on now? This Evercast.
My title.
What's that thing I'm on?
Where am I right now? I don't know. Were we talking about that last week? Did we bring up that website that webpage that appeared, or was that just in the Discord?
That was just in the Discord.
It was just
Okay.
in the Discord.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
after
It
that,
happened it happened kind of like right after that.
okay.
So it was in the same time frame.
Because when the all the stuff went up for pre-order, I noticed they had the controller for pre-order, and I looked and it said compatible with VS, VSR, and Alpha. And
Yep.
I was like, well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we're going to show that. I just wanted to point out this is
Yeah.
all they say on their website. Like somebody just had mentioned this to me in a stream. If I had more time, I maybe would have made a video, but there's really not much. But you pointed that out, and let me share this tab instead. Yeah, that right.
Yeah, right there. I mean, it's a piece of so you can buy an accessory for what is clearly a piece of hardware.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what is alpha? Like, I didn't even notice that. Like,
I
who
noticed
calls
it
there
right
something
away.
alpha?
I mean,
It feels weird, right? That it's called alpha. Like, that doesn't sound like a cool name for anything.
That's why I don't. This is why I think it's just going to be like an Evercade VS, but like with only one cartridge slot and maybe like half the controller ports.
That would really suck, right? Like, what's the point of
I
that?
don't think it's. If you have a VS, I think if you're going to do it, like it's just going to be a cheaper console version, like maybe like 2/3 the price or half the price or something. Just a really cheap version of it, and it's not going to be anything that anybody already has a VS will want to have.
I have a case use for it, but yeah, no, you read my mind, Crow, because here's what I was thinking. I don't think Evercade is going to come out with like a BS2 and make games that aren't like backwards compatible with everything else based on what they released. And then I was thinking about like, hey, let's say when you have like a PS4 Pro, it can play everything that's on the PS4 and the PS4 could play. You know what I mean? Like it's not game specific. So I was like, well, what extra features, hardware features, not built into the firmware could they add? And that's what I was thinking when you said like alpha, because it's not a VS for 4 slots alpha. Like, yeah, I was thinking it'll be a single slot, it'll be 2 controller ports, it'll be USB-C, and it won't have Wi-Fi in it. Like you'll have to update it via USB, and even maybe you might not even get perks like Game of the Month or not, but that's in the firmware. So yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And then I'm thinking maybe they make it $50 without a game, or $60 without a game.
The reason I'm thinking it's going to be like a cheaper version and not like an upgraded VS is because they just announced and up for pre-order the VSR.
Right.
So it'd be really stupid of them to say, "Hey, we got this new console up, the VSR, and this is what it's going to be," and then like a couple months later, be like, "Oh, now we have a more improved version of it."
Right.
Exactly. That would be really crappy, right? If they said no, buy the more expensive. For me, there would be.
Would it be too weird?
I would consider. Yeah. I would get this just for streaming, right? But then, see, here's the thing. I've been mainly playing my VS, and I've been streaming a lot. So I've been playing a lot, when I've been streaming. I haven't been playing as much not streaming. So maybe I don't need this, but if I wanted something as a stream machine, I would use that.
But the thing is, it would depend on the price difference, too, because if it only has one cartridge slot, you wouldn't be able to play any of those dual cart hidden games.
Yeah, I know.
It feels weird. Like, they already got cheaper VS coming out with their.
Yeah.
That is true. So, I mean, it's already at $99. But
this would be even cheaper somehow.
So what do you?
It seems weird.
What would you think of if the alpha was something akin to the what did they call that thing? It's not out yet, but the Polymega Remix.
What is the Polymega Remix?
So it's basically the guts of a Polymega that you plug into a computer, and you let the computer do its processing power for you. So it's basically an adapter that you plug into your.
But nothing's to stop you from actually plugging the Evercade controller into a PC anyway and using it.
Right, but then so if this adapter had a cartridge slot, then you could play your Evercade games through a piece of software.
That would be
reading it. It'd be really weird.
That'd be really. If you're doing that, okay. Yeah, but okay, if you're doing that, you're probably already capable of emulating the games yourself on a computer.
Well, of course you are, but but this is like, you're still getting like the legit licensed cartridges. You're plugging them in. You're doing whatever. I mean, but
I really don't think it'll have any anything to do with a computer, because then
I don't think so either, because it opens up so many cans of worms that like every licensor that they've done deals with might just run away screaming, because if you introduce a piece of hardware that talks to a computer, someone's going to figure out a way to talk to that piece of hardware in a way that you don't want them to talk to it. So but I'm just saying, thinking out of the box, like, what if it's some kind of weird thing? You know what I mean?
I think Annie figured it out. It's an Evercade pizza. I think that's what it is.
Sweet.
While
you're playing.
Here's the only thing that I found weird about this when they did the hardware announcement. I think that, I don't know, is this a little anti-consumer? I mean, shouldn't they have just mentioned what all new hardware so people could make an informed decision, like what they want to buy? Do they risk making people
regardless of
bought that?
What it is, if it's something related to the VS and VSR, it seems kind of weird that they would put out a new VSR and put it up for pre-order and not be saying, "Oh, and we have this coming out, we're in the works as well," not to give people like an informed decision on, well, maybe I don't want the VSR, maybe I want the alpha instead,
Right. But I don't think I don't think this product is going to be like an either or.
I think it's going to be something that gets new people into the platform. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to those plug and play things that were popular in the 90s. Like, you can buy a Double Dragon plug and play that is preloaded, and all you have to do is plug it into the TV as an HDMI. Like, less of a console, more of like a $30 thing that's built into the controller.
So I would be with you on that, Pete, if it wasn't for the fact that Hyper Megatech exists. Because that's more
a
Hyper Megatech product and not an Evercade product. You know what I mean?
So
Alpha just seems like a weird name. That's all. Like I don't have any idea what it could be. It's just Alpha seems like an alpha name, like not a product name.
Yeah, it is kind of odd. I mean, but who knows? Maybe it is a code name, and then they're going to have a reveal ever. Like another.
Yeah, but they wouldn't put it on the
Yeah.
packaging.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you wouldn't put
And
a.
they've
and
got
you
a-
wouldn't-
they've
and you
got
wouldn't
the
have a-
logos.
You wouldn't have a logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be not what we think it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't
It could
think
be
they
the
put out 2 revisions to the EXP and the VS in 1 year. That just seems stupid, right? They wouldn't do that.
Yeah. No,
Well,
it's
plus-
going to be a new way to play. There's no way.
It already doesn't
Yeah.
make much sense because there's the VSR is practically exactly the same as the VS anyway.
Well, but that's
Yeah.
but the EXP
But it's cheaper.
are
Yeah, I just don't think they
revision.
get much bang for the buck. Having, now you just bought this one for $99. We've got another VS with less features for $69. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So I mean, Andrew Joseph's in there, like just needling us with clues. So
Yeah.
it is definitely not a code name. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know what all the mystery is about. I think the reason they're not telling us about it because they want to sell as many R's as possible, and then once that's done, they hit their limited sales. They'll reveal what this alpha is.
Well, I mean, they gotta announce it before. I would
It's got to
say
be like July.
end of July. Yeah, end of July. We're
It's
gonna
got
figure
a
out what this
pre-order,
is.
right? So
Yeah, of course. Get the pre-order windows out.
Right when
And
the
then
VSR
with the alpha, we'll have the whatever. What's the other piece of hardware then?
yeah, probably like an alpha. Yeah, I have
The
no
Omega.
idea. Yeah, but did you guys pre-order the VSR and the XPR? You fucking the hell they are. They're like Xbox. They keep putting letters after their stuff.
I pre-ordered the XBR.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you, Crow?
Actually I did too.
Why?
Because I'm gonna take it apart.
Oh, Ed, did you pre-order the R's? Ed's frozen.
That is frozen.
Yes, he is frozen. He's
Yeah,
he's-
he's just awful
Straight up
quiet.
frozen. Come back, Ed.
I have not pre-ordered the R's.
Yeah,
I did it because, like, I was gonna get the Tomb Raider collection anyway, and I figured, I'll get the bundle because I want the games, and then you get the XPR at minus the cost. So $100 didn't seem that much for something to just mess around with because there are some improvements with like the textured grip and stuff. But mainly, I want to take it apart and mix pieces around between the XPR and the XP just to see if they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
No.
Andrew says I'm wrong in my assumption. I never said it was a competition to our hardware. I said it'd be stupid if they did that.
right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Tell you, man, that Blaze hates me. You can't be like, if you're any bit questioning themselves, they just assume you're questioning everything.
no.
I never said that. I said it'd be stupid for them to do that. Gosh,
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, it's good to know that it's not a thing that they would be doing.
I would
But-
find it very surprising if it was. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like, yeah.
me too.
That's what I just said. I said it'd be stupid if they did it.
So, but yeah. So with the EXPR, the reason why I wound up pre-ordering is because I wanted to see in my hands the differences between the two pieces of hardware. So I'm going to do like a comparison video and all that kind of thing. And then because even though the Super Pockets just float around the house and Douglas likes playing it, he does lean towards grabbing my EXP more often than not. So he's going to wind up with it after I'm done doing the comparisons. So just getting another. And then the Super Pocket is actually going to wind up going to Henry because Henry's now getting around that age where he's starting to grab games. So we got plenty of handheld gaming goodness around the house. So that's why. But no VSR for me. I have my limited edition. I've got a standard, and I've got a Duke. I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
because there's
you both
literally
have
no
like
difference
3 of them.
for the VSR and the VS. It just looks different.
It's color.
Yeah,
I
there's
am a
no
little
value in that one for me.
I am a little bit disappointed that I finally pulled the trigger on the standard like 4 months ago.
The white one?
Yeah. Because I just wanted one to deploy in the place where I work. So so I just bought one on a whim. I was like, man, I could have waited just a little bit and it would have been cool. I like the look of it. I like the black with the the Tron kind of neon blue. It would have been cool, but I mean, aesthetically, it doesn't matter because the kids love it, so it's fine. Actually, just talking to them just yesterday, actually, and getting some feedback about how they like it. And these are middle schoolers, mind you, that like you would figure that they're just give me Minecraft, give me Roblox, give me PS5, Xbox One, or Xbox Series, whatever. But no, they're actually really, really into playing games on this thing. And now they're looking for more carts because I told them that there were, like you can update to do the game of the month. And they were really excited about that. And then they were like, well, when do we get new carts? And I'm like, well, when I get more carts to work. Because as I do all of the restorations for the Evercade carts, I give them to that class. So, and actually, I'm going to be storing them in a very conspicuous place that you'll be able to see. And eagle-eyed people that have seen any recent videos on the channel in Studio B in particular know what that place is. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Ed, we were asking you, did you pre-order the R's? But you frozen and didn't drop.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, hate is a strong word. I freaking hate my internet. So that's that's the thing I need to take care of now, because it's like anytime I start, I'll see like StreamYard will have a bar, like it'll look like a little Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah.
And then I was about to jump on my phone, and then it trolls me, and it knows. So I didn't order any of those, mainly because I want to wait and see what this is. I don't have as much of a use case for an extra.
I have no use case for it because I already have a VS, and I have multiple VSs.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. When I've been playing on the VS, I've been streaming, or otherwise it's been on the EXP. So I'm like, do I really need to still move this EXP into the guest game room?
I wouldn't even recommend it to new people because the value is not there. Because at least in the original VS, for the VS is a little bit different, I guess, but for
the VS is exactly the same.
You don't get the Capcom. Why would I even recommend the EXP? I couldn't even do it both, right? I guess
it's cheaper.
The VS is good for new people because it's a bit cheaper, but.
Yeah.
I mean, what else did they do to make it cheaper, though? That's what worries me, right? Like, is there anything else they did in the system?
What, the EXP?
Yeah. No, the Evercade VS.
No, they said that there wasn't any hardware differences or anything like that. So,
there might be hardware differences, like a streamlined manufacturing process or something. Yeah.
Right.
They said they sourced, but I thought they said to make it cheaper that they sourced like different components. It's like still the same stats,
right? But I guess it's just weird. The only person I thought would not pre-order it would be Crow, and I thought for sure, and I knew Ed wouldn't, but I thought I would, but I guess we're at that time
I have a bizarre reason for doing it, though. It's not a normal reason. So
swap the shells. Yeah, I can't wait. So
it's just weird. I guess we're at that time in our Evercade, liking Evercade. I am anyway. That I don't need to have every product anymore. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I never did because I never bought the purple one. I didn't need the black one.
Yeah. I was too far gone. I was buying everything.
I almost had a black one.
Yeah. I was buying everything, and I'm like, no more.
Somebody put it up on eBay, and I'm kind of upset at eBay.
What black one? Which one? The VS or the EXP?
The limited edition OG. Somebody put one up, and I was willing to throw serious Dolores.
The one with the white back?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just want it. I just want to have them all.
I had one of those. Pokemon. I don't know where's two. I lost that.
It's Pokemon. I just gotta have them all. And even though I just said I'm not gonna get a VSR, if that thing goes on sale on Cyber Monday on Amazon, I'm buying one. Yeah, I just will, because I want to have them all. I want to have a representation of all the hardwares.
Yeah, you're going hardcore, man.
I mean, but then, how far do you want to go? Do you want every variant of every cartridge as well? No.
Well, I don't want to do that, because then I gotta go crazy, right? Then I gotta go find every non-PEGI cartridge. It's no.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
I don't want that.
Why not?
But I do want every single one of the cartridges that comes out. So that's fine. And then as they go legacy, I usually buy an extra one, but I've missed a couple, so maybe that's out the window. So anyway.
It all depends on what.
I just want at least one of everything, and that's fine by me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess the only other thing that would have made me go VSR immediately is if I got that confirmation from anyone in the tech team over at Blaze that it is 100% HDMI CEC compliant. Because if it was, then I'd buy one for the living room and I'd leave it there because that would be awesome.
What do you need? What are you talking about? Compliant? Like I don't understand what you're talking.
So HDMI CEC is like the ability for pass through for if you have like a universal remote, you can control different devices with remote control. But all of the devices in that chain have to be compliant in order for the signal to pass. So if you have a device in that chain that is not compliant, it breaks the chain. So you can't use, like, for example, my Samsung smart remote. I can't control my Apple TV with my Samsung remote if a non-CEC compliant device is in the mix. So if I plug my VS in right now, it won't work. It'll break the chain. And then my wife gets angry, so I don't like that. So
I never like that makes. I wonder is that why my Steam Deck doesn't connect to my TV very often? It might be the same thing.
You can buy a little.
You can get an adapter, but I don't want to buy I don't want to buy another thing that I have to manage in a chain of sea of wires in the back of my TV.
Well, you might get lag on that too.
Exactly. So, but if the device, and I actually talked to somebody. I talked to Ryan in the background, and they're like, "Oh yeah, actually, when we make it a revision, we might do some things to make sure that that's okay in whatever next comes out." Well, this is the next thing that comes out, so.
Did they do that?
I don't know. I asked, so I didn't get an answer. So
they didn't answer you. Why would they not answer you? You're like Captain Evercade. Like they should be answering you.
I don't know. I just put it.
Maybe change your email address to @middlejesusrocks.com and maybe they answer you then.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have enough eyeballs, so I don't know.
I want to go back to
time. It's fine.
You're the one message that should always get answered by Evercade, in my opinion.
But I mean, because if it didn't, I was like, oh, well, no big deal. It's not going to be like sad about it. I've got 70 million other devices to play Evercade games on. But it would have been cool because I would have immediately purchased a VSR and then actually said, hey, if you have this problem, then you don't have to have this problem anymore. Just get a VSR and you're fine.
Yeah.
I want to go back in time real quick before my internet.
High ground. Nice and wordle.
I want to go back in time real quick before my internet rudely cut me off.
Yeah, sure.
I brought this up here for a reason. So here's what I was thinking, because we have the new hardware in November, right? What if, let's say they decided they were going to go after like the arcade market, and this is like an arcade desktop, and it's a Namco one, and it's got built-in games, and you can order it with like 2 purple carts, and then they surprise us. There's 2 more purple carts. That it would have to be something upgraded. Like that's the only other upgrade I could think of. That's all.
Right, and then the other one would be. So if Alpha is like, say, a smaller desktop thing, then there's got to be, like a ALU, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be the other piece of hardware, the super premium.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that maybe not everyone would want to use like the built-in if it's like, like a mini, like countercade, or maybe to get 4 players, you'd have to plug in an Evercade.
It's got to be something you plug a controller in, right?
But so the ALU you can do that with. I can plug a controller in that thing right now.
Exactly. So the thing is, like, we know it's not an Evercade VS revision, so that's obvious now. I can't believe we didn't think about that, because it wouldn't say compatible with another piece of hardware if it already worked with the VSs and that. So that rules out Crow's thinking of it being a single cart VS. So it has to be a separate.
That's because it wouldn't just be named a VS.
It wouldn't be a VS because a VS implies the 2 cartridges, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying but like it implies that it's not in those types of that realm. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be another that type
because you'd call it like a VS Lite or something, right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter Alpha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
Oh, we're Street Fighters.
Yeah, I just don't know why they're not telling us what it is yet to create the hype around, because people want to plan budgets. Like I want to know. I mean, otherwise, my recommendation is to everybody just don't buy any new Blaze hardware, except if you want the accessories like the Tate mode thing, until we find out what. So I think it's kind of a mistake. I think they would sell more EXPRs and VSRs if they just told everybody what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? By holding off with the people thinking it is going to be another VS and revision, maybe they're not getting anybody to buy the VS.
I mean, but you go back to the thing that happened right before the EXPR VSR thing, right? Knowledge leaked before knowledge was supposed to be out there, right? So very clearly, this might be another one of those situations where they didn't necessarily want the alpha logo on that
Maybe.
box, or for people to figure out where the website is and all that kind of stuff. So, it's another one of those things that unfortunately for them that they might have stumbled into, and now it's now they got to play that waiting game. Their marketing teams are all looking at this, going, "Man, this was supposed to be July, and now you've got all of the most dedicated fans talking about this thing daily in every group there is,
But
from May till July, and you're affecting some of those business decisions. But for the global audience that doesn't necessarily care, they'll just go to Blaze's website and go, "Oh, there's a new VS." Okay, so like 80% of the audience is probably like they don't necessarily care. But
that page is clearly up on purpose. Otherwise, why would it have you enter in your email to get emailed on new information?
Yeah, but can you navigate it? Can you navigate to it without knowing the URL though? I don't think so. Somebody would have had to tell you to go to
You can't do that
/alpha.
now. But how did anybody find this page to begin with?
I'm imagining that somebody did what I did when I saw the logo and went, "What's /alpha?" And but I'm a tech guy, so I just automatically thought, what if I just put it in there and it worked?
Yeah. If you Google it now, I can tell you it's not going to be this. That's the one thing. They're not going to split the player base and make a new console that the other cards can. I could almost guarantee they're not going to do that. Like that wouldn't make sense. Like at all.
I mean, the only reason why they would do that is if for whatever reason they're gonna make a device that doesn't do the carts, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, 2 years.
So you can't call it Evercade without having carts.
So here's another thing that kind of made me think of what Crow was saying, like about Super Pockets and Evercade Junior. Imagine if this was a handheld with one screen, maybe a little bit bigger, than the Hyper Mega Tech, and you could also you could plug in USB controllers, kind of like a Steam Deck, maybe it has a USB port, you could plug that in, or it could do a video out. Maybe it's yet another in between vertical handheld. And you could also use the grip with it. I don't know. That's the only.
You're plugging controllers into it. You're not going to be holding it in your hand.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
that would be weird.
It's got to be something that sits on a table.
Yeah.
Countercade. It's going to be a countercade.
Countercade. Yeah. I just think that what is Evercade Alpha? That announced. They should have hyped that at the beginning of this year. It's kind of weird that it's just coming on that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But that's this is where I'm saying this wasn't marketed. This was found. Somebody picked this up off the floor and said, "What's this?" You know what I mean?
So it's not. I thought it was on their blog.
No,
because that link.
I don't remember seeing anything official. No, there's just people saw the thing on the Funstock and VGP websites.
What?
And then found the website, and that's
it's
it.
on Evercade's website. It's not on Funstock.
Yeah, what are you talking about, dude?
Is it a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Evercade's website, not Funstock. The controllers on Funstock and VGP.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. But no,
the controller is, but that website, and the website was found before it popped up on Funstock.
Yeah.
I'm saying though, it's not being advertised. You can't go to evercade.co.uk and navigate to that page in a minute.
No.
You have to have already known that somebody leaked this. Somebody found this and put this on the internet, and the internet did the internet thing.
They had to have known any page that they put up is going to be found.
Exactly.
Well, why would they put it up?
People scrape their page every day for information.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. This wasn't a marketed move.
Yeah, I know, but it's
they didn't tweet about it. They didn't put it on their official Facebook group. They didn't put it in the Discord. There wasn't an announcement made by Sean in the announcements page.
Yeah, because they want to keep it secret. They want more people talking about it rather than actually making an announcement about it. That's
I don't think there's any master plan.
And here we are fulfilling this requirement.
Rich, there's no master plan. They put stuff up. They have a schedule. It just stuff gets found. They don't have a master plan of teasing people or doing anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's just. Yeah, it's there. I'm with Ed, though. They should start communicating a little bit more often. They're not Nintendo or Sony. Don't follow those, wait till the last minute to reveal. They're not in that club of people. Right. Only people talk about their stuff is when they release stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, the only people talking about them are our podcast, couple podcasts in Europe. That's it, right? Like,
Yeah.
they could spill all the beans for the next 2 years with us, and I guarantee you 90% of the people they want to reach will never know about it because they're not watching us. That's just life, man. That's business.
So,
but that's true though. This you can't go to their blog, but if you search it on Google, so maybe this was just, and that's what I mean. Maybe this was just laziness then. That this was really just a placeholder. But
yeah, in fact, that's how I found it. I saw somebody mention Evercade Alpha on Discord, and I Googled Evercade Alpha, and this page was the first result.
Yeah, it's a sick logo though. I like the Alpha logo.
Yeah. But what is interesting, Pete, you do bring something up because I know like a few Mad Little Pixels videos, he said like they don't send me press kits anymore. You know, to kind of, you know, which yeah, to your point, like it would, you know, if they did want to spread the word, like it would be nice to kind of find out, hey, here's what this is going to be. You can't talk about it. You can release a video on this embargoed date, but sadly they don't do that with us. I wish they kind of sort of used to, but
I mean, you know, as far as the information flow goes, I mean, it doesn't matter to me when I find out information, as long as when I find it out, it's like this is the official word, right? It doesn't matter that it's that I don't necessarily worry about that too much. But when there's something like this that happens, then it is kind of like, all right, well, the pants are down. You might as well.
Yeah. I used to chase the news 2-3 years ago when I was really interested and a big believer in what they were doing and stuff like that. But lately, I could give a rat's ass. When it comes out, I look to you guys to get the news, and then I'll talk about it because it still interests me as a player. It really, but I'm not as invested in the company like the way I used to be. Like, I'm not a talking puppet for them anymore. That's for sure.
Well, I don't think any of us would consider ourselves those things, right?
Hello, guys.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I find out the information, and it's like, you know, it's all good.
Listen, I'm just like I just like consider myself to be one of like the superest fans. Like I just
it is like Ed is probably the biggest super fan.
I enjoy the product. Well, it's kind of funny because on my other stream, people were saying that they're like, "Blaze should do more for you because like you're giving them all this like free advertising and stuff." And I'm like, please tell them that.
Yeah, they have a rule. You have to have. I can remember Sean telling me this a long time ago. He wouldn't send me anything or wouldn't promote any of my videos and Twitter and that until I got like 5,000 subscribers or something like that. I should still have the message from him, but he laid out the rules necessary to get free stuff from them and promotion.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
which makes sense, right? That's
everybody has those rules kind of thing too. Because I'm going, you know, for example, going to Too Many Games this year. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, while I'm there, I might as well do like some ENG and like do some news stories and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, all right, well, what's the requirements for a press badge? Because maybe I can get one of those, and that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, because it would give me access to places where my regular badge wouldn't get me to, and it would be for the purpose of making videos to promote them, right? But yeah, no, their requirements is you gotta get to 10K, and or they won't even talk to you. And I'm like,
I think that's actually 10K was what Sean told me. It was a bunch of stuff because I actually asked him. I said, I do all these videos. Can you retweet them or something? No.
Like, see, that's what I would ask. Like, they don't even have like. If they did that, then maybe I would be able to, then it would be in their benefit, being that I'm primarily an Evercade channel, I would get there. But
yeah, I know. I asked the same thing, and that's when I stopped kind of feeling like, okay, my passion for that company kind of started. I started seeing it's like, yeah, they don't really see me as anything. Like I do all this stuff. I started a podcast, grew a community, and I'm like, why am I doing that? I've got a full-time job. I don't need to be free promoting them. Same as thing with the Amico and all that. That's why I got out of that too. I was doing too many favors for those stuff, and I'm like so much better off, and I'm doing Evercade, and I'm speaking more freely about it because I used to kind of protect them a little bit in a lot of my videos. I'll be honest with you, I never used to say anything negative about them. Now I go full bore, both positive and negative on them.
Yeah,
they don't like that, right? They wanted to have their little, friendly Pete who only said good things about them. Well, you know what? I'll say good things and I'll say bad things too. That's just that's the honest truth. That's why, Evercade is. I switched out my channel content many years ago from Evercade.
I hear you. I've always spoke my mind, but
it's just tough. Like when that's a hard lesson to learn as a small YouTuber, right? It's like you buy Like, I mean, Ballistic Coffee Boy does more for Atari than probably anybody I've ever seen. Even Rich does a lot of Atari stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they give them much in return for that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect anything. So
No,
yeah.
it's not about that. It's I'm not saying about getting stuff in return, but like liking a tweet or retweeting a video or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool when
Yeah. Well,
companies
and
do
every
that.
once in a while they do that. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, when they're out in the ether, Atari, you know, I'll say something or comment back or whatever, and they'll throw an emoji back at me or like a meme gif or say something or whatever, and then that's pretty cool. You know, at least I know that somewhere in their their customer service that somebody's looking at the stuff that we're doing. So that's
and it's just
have
funny,
that
right?
growth.
Like, but I mean, that's a lesson a lot of small YouTubers learn, right? Like, and I learned it pretty quick, and then it's kind of interesting. And in fairness, though, like the Evercade group, like they came on my podcast a few times, but I always felt dirty when they did that. I honestly did. I felt slimy because I'm like, they came on my podcast. We got to answer some questions, so I benefited from it a little bit for views. But they benefited from it. But I felt weird doing that. I always felt weird. Remember, Rich, I told you in early days, it kind of felt weird that we were getting people on for interviews. It was exciting, but it just felt weird. But
yeah. I mean, and I can see how that is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes I miss just like kind of chilling and hanging out and everything because like sometimes when people see that, they imply that, oh, well, now we have all this like inside whatever, and it's never like that, really. It was we would just have them on, we would just talk, and then they'd peace out, and then that was it. So I kind of liked that, and like one day having anyone on again just to talk about a thing or whatever, or decompress after a big launch or whatever, that'd be kind of fun. To do that, but nothing.
But I'd like to see them support Ed's channel, and there's a couple of channels, others that do a lot of Evercade content. They should get like supported a little bit with something, maybe background images for their streams and stuff like that. Like, that would be cool.
That would be.
My OG Evercade died like the first batch of the OG had like that issue with the D-pad. Like they did fast track to get that replaced under warranty. And I did get the kit that came with Namco, and actually I did when I got to 500 subs. I did give that away, and if I had more opportunities and like Dynastic, like won that. But here's kind of where I made the shift to my channel, and I do want to kind of talk about that. So once I realized, there was a point where then finally people kind of like discovered me. I got to 1,000 subs, and then then like my membership.
I don't like your subs. They give me the diarrhea.
My membership started to kick off, and then at that point, once I saw interest, that even it's always been the community that's driven me, but my channel members. So that's why, like at this point, like I still want to grow, but as long as I have my channel members, and that's kind of where my focus is. And then like Evercade is just kind of like the tool for me to interact with channel members in the community and you guys and everybody. So that's how I kind of look at it, and that's what drives me to do videos, because everyone's involved. Otherwise, if that wasn't the case, I probably wouldn't be into Evercade as much as I would. But
I think what kept me doing Evercade content, to be honest with you, like I was contemplating canceling my Evercade content because I do shit on my channel, right? It does really shit, but I love the playing retro games. Was the Super Pocket, and I don't think there's anybody who has more glowing reviews than the Super Pocket than I do. Like I still think it's awesome, right? And that's the reason why I still keep the content going on my channels, because Super Pocket and the games, some of the games, but I love the Super Pocket. People give me shit about that, though. They still say, like, how could you like the Super Pocket? And I'm like, it's awesome. I love the Super Pocket.
I just wish it was more comfortable. That's all, for my hand. Kind of like Tate mode of the XP just after a while.
But that's why I keep arguing with you. You play on the SP Game Boy. That is the same device.
It's a little bit more comfortable. But I mean, I don't think I play that as much. But
okay.
Funny, Jason, that you. But here would be the thing, right? Let's say if I did get a job with them, then I would probably have to give up doing Evercade content on my channel. They'd say, you work for us, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
Or no one would believe a word you said.
So that'd be a conflict of interest.
And then that actually, like the comment you just made, Pete, I've been kicking around an idea to actually do like a Rich's thoughts video or something like that about some stuff, because I've been hearing a bunch of stuff, and actually Gene Joe just mentioned something saying like you know, like, oh, hey, when at least when there's like positive things happen, you come off as genuine. And you know, and yeah, I mean, I usually am a pretty positive guy, right? You know, like you don't come to my channel to hear me just start like taking out a baseball bat and beating you know, companies down with it. You know what I mean? But I think it's just it's part of my personality, though. You know, like I don't look to like rip things apart or do whatever. I like to try to find the fun in things, and find like the joy in having like all of these cool things in our hobby, right? So you know, it's like, so if there is a time where, you know, people look at like me or my content or my opinions and be like, oh well, that guy just likes everything. It's like, well, you know, maybe there's a reason why I'm particularly saying the things that I'm saying in liking these products or these things, because to be honest, it's not that I like adore everything, right? But if you listen to the things that I say, you know, you'll wind up finding out, like, you know, like what I actually feel about the things, right? And I'm not trying to, I don't actually actively try to gloss over or say anything, right? But I mean, I hope people that come and see and look at, you know, the things that I have to say, kind of know that. But there are some out there. And actually I had a conversation with people last week that you know, they kind of like made me like, oh wow, maybe I actually need to like kind of directly address that, or, you know, a little bit. So anyway, you know, it's just it's fun to think about.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely important to give feedback and all that, to kind of keep it. Like, here's kind of the difference. I mean, like something like, take the Steam Deck. Yes, it's a much larger and bigger company, and there's maybe more money involved, but they listen. You know, they like fix their games and stuff. And yes, maybe they have more resources, but like with Blaze, it's their own thing. So that's like the main two things I've been critical of Blaze is kind of like, as far as the consistency, right? Like if they're going to do a showcase, if they're going to, like, they should be consistent with that. And then the other thing is, don't release something that like breaks other stuff. And kind of like I'm talking about like Donut Dodo, right? Like it worked perfectly when they had the game of the month. They fixed it. It works good on the Super Pocket. But then it's like, you know, it's slow. You know, you have that loading issue. Yeah. You have like that, you know, you have like that loading. So that's all. That's, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what I mean. It's just like keep a straight schedule, and just make sure when you're releasing stuff, make sure that quality control and testing is there.
Yeah. I think that's where they struggle with a lot, right? It's called control, being a small company. Like, how much resources are they putting in their QA? Like, Ed should be a QA tester for someone. Someone mentioned that.
Here's my whole thing is that if it's like we have 5, because I know they create their own custom engine, but sometimes I feel like that might be their own enemy. Like if it's this complicated to go back and add features and other stuff, perhaps they should make something that's easy. You know what I mean? Like make something that's easier. I don't know all the technical ins and outs of their OS, but
yeah, me neither. It's kind of interesting. It's like, but we're at that time now. We're 4 years into the Evercade, right? So you know, not everything they do is going to be happy times for the majority of us, right? Like it's just not, and that's okay. Like that's okay. They don't need to service us. They don't need to do that. It's just, we got to be able to talk openly and honestly about their stuff. That's why I think people come here, right? Some people come here just for all the positivity and never say anything bad. But like, you know, I think Crow was probably the most balanced from the start when he joined the podcast. Like he always had a really interesting counterpoint, especially to me, where in the beginning I was really, oh yeah, they can't do anything wrong. Yeah, me and Rich were like the two same sides of the same coin. And, you know,
the thing with me is I always play devil's advocate.
You do, and it drove me nuts to the point I canceled our podcast together. Because it was just me and Crow arguing for an hour. Which was kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
But no, that's not why I canceled it. It's because I have no time in my day anymore. But yeah, no, it's cool.
I mean, listen, I understand smaller company, but being organized, like that doesn't matter. Like actually, the bigger the company you are, the more difficult that is to do. And that's just kind of like my own like personal pet peeve, because just like in life, like you just I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're not organized, how can you get anything done? You know. So that's all. And then like as far as
this is awesome. Ed, mostly positive, but has moments. Yes, Ed can go off the rails. Detailed and subtle things, don't mind it. Rich, positive. He says what he thinks. Sod, how it's taken. What does sod mean?
It's
just like the heck with it.
Your
Yeah.
grace.
Oh yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
You guys are my friends. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Right.
And the team, like, there's a few people get all bent out of shape in chat sometimes when I be totally honest with them. But you know what? That's okay too. I respect their opinion.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
But
from
it's
Canada.
like-
More people hate us. That's just life.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know our channels are small, like, especially like me and like, like Rich's for the number of subs, but it's kind of like, what other channels that we're actively talking about Evercade? Who else can you just go to and be like, hey, can you test this? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're a lot more accessible. So yeah, maybe in the numbers we're not there, but some people be like, oh, well, you tested this cart, I'm going to buy it. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I haven't made hundreds of sales for Evercade, but
I've done 2 Evercade videos in the last week. How crazy is that? And they're both overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly.
Yeah. I think with me it's just more of I just kind of want like acknowledgement more than anything else. Like I understand that they can't like but supposedly they say that they watch all our videos. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, they watch it and put their fingers together and laugh maniacally. They have no clue what they're doing or saying.
You watch it with it on mute.
I watch Crows to learn about the games I just did first looks on. That's what I watch Crows for. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, like 6 months later.
6 months later, I was like, oh, now I got a reason to go back and play that cart because Crow told me how to play it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I've always maintained, and Rich knows this from the beginning, if a game doesn't get me within the first 60 seconds or a couple of minutes, I tend to never I'm like, that sucks. Like I've been like that from the start.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd be Crows, and then I'd have
it doesn't matter what platform it is.
Yeah, Rich go, hey Pete, did you play that more than 5 minutes? No, it didn't get me.
Well, that's
you know how many games I refund on Steam? You only see the videos I put out. There's like for every video I put out, there's at least one I refund within 2 hours because I can't
I
do a
don't think
video
I've
on.
ever refunded a game, and
Because I only do videos on Steam that I want to play. So if anybody notices there's games missing, because I don't like the game and I will never play it. So all the games that I do, all the videos I do on Steam Deck are actually games I play because I enjoy it.
Nice.
For the most part.
Dolphin collection. Yeah, see with me, like I Full Void. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing.
Full Void's amazing. That's my mea culpa. I told you I'd never play it. I hated it. Ed convinced me to play it. Rich convinced me to play it.
Yep. And it was great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I just think it's an essential Evercade experience. And see, I don't want to miss and that's why like it's a balance because I don't want to miss out on that. But at the same time, if I have to get I'm looking at summer games, if I have to get in, not have a keyboard, type in my name, I'm like, oh my, just get into the event. I'm like, oh my God, just kill me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where you and I are like. It's like
here's the thing I don't understand. If you like Full Void, why not Another World or Flashback?
Because I played Full Void after those games. Now I need to go back and play those games. Bro,
I can tell you. I can tell because Full Void, like they take out all the frustration, basically all the things that I didn't like about those games, and they create like an engaging atmosphere. And I love the art style. Like it just encourages you to want to play more. I know it's like newer, updated graphics, but still,
I mean, I can almost join you with that, Ed, because I played Flashback back in the day on Sega CD, so like I remember very vividly there are points in that game where controllers may or may not have wanted to go through windows, but yeah, and it might be Crashline that Full Void is easier, maybe by design, but there wasn't anything necessarily pulling me through playing Flashback. Where in Full Void though, it got me. I went into Full Void not necessarily wanting to or I should say expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. Because I was like, okay, well, this is going to be one of those cool little adventure experiences, and it might be neat, but I really got invested in it. So
I'll tell you that I'd never played Flashback before, and I played Flashback, played Full Void. I like Flashback way more than Full Void.
You're just cranky. That's all.
I'm telling you the truth. I rated it a lot higher.
I don't know. I haven't played the other two more than maybe 60 seconds total. So.
Yeah, see, Crashline sums it
Flashback. gives you the opportunity to like in Full Void. There's only one way to do everything and solve every puzzle. In Flashback, you have to strategize and come up with your own way of dealing with things.
Would you acknowledge that? And limited time at Flashback or whatever, but would you not acknowledge that Full Void takes a whole lot of frustration out of those games and streamlines the experience?
That's the problem. The game is way too easy. Like
for someone experienced like you who's played all those games before, but just put from perspective
that might be the case, but I'm gonna say that there's like more frustrating moments in Flashback, but that's only because you've got to figure a way to solve the puzzle. Like
there's no one wins this argument. No one wins this discussion. You're both like, but I'm just saying, but for what they're trying to do, probably with Full Void and getting more people into that genre, they did a pretty good job of doing it.
I'd say it takes like 10 times more effort to play through and beat Flashback than it
Nobody
does
wants effort in gaming. Come on, man.
I want to feel accomplished. I didn't feel like I accomplished anything by finishing Full Void.
Really,
I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the build-up. I enjoyed getting there. It's just different types of games that people like.
But I'll tell you the reason why for Delphine Collection, it's like, here's the problem. Is that the game isn't sure if it wants to be like a Metroidvania or a puzzle type game. And what I mean is, like, typically in a Metroidvania, you see like, oh, I can't get to this ledge or I can't get past the section unless I get the item. And then once you find the item, you're like, I need to go back here. But like in the Delphine, they have none of that. It's just like you have to kind of know where to go. You know what I mean? Like
when you say Delphine Collection, are you just talking about Flashback or are you talking about every game in it?
Well, except for the point and click games, Flashback and Out of This World mainly.
But they're not Metrovanias because you're not gaining new abilities
and
to be able to do.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's the issue, because even something like Metroid for Nintendo, you have that satisfaction of once you get that item, it's like that aha moment, and it gives you a slight direction without giving it away. But I'm saying like those other two games have none of that, right? It's just like they meant it just
puzzles. You're supposed to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean for me, listen, it's not. Yeah, for me, it's not my choice for game design if I'm trying to be. If I'm trying to be.
Yeah, nice. It's fine if it's not your type of game.
Yeah, but dude, with that said though, I was playing like Blaster Master Enemy Below into the second level. And I was getting like I couldn't find where to go in the maze to get to the thing, and I went through the maps and I tried to read an FAQ where they're like, "Go here, jump on this." So I'm gonna have to do a let's play, but even that was like less frustrating because again, it's an item collecting game.
Yeah, I think we can dance around this all the time. Like I don't think anybody's gonna convince anybody right or wrong on that. The only point I'm just trying to make is Crow. It turned a person who hates those games into a person who wants to try all those games now, and I think that was a win. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's fine if you like Full Void. I'm just saying from what I played, like in less than 2 hours, I was done with that game.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to like it. I knew you weren't going to give it the same review. You liked it.
Wrong.
Sorry, no, let me finish.
Like game.
I did. Yeah, I spoke wrong. You did like it, but you gave it a 6, and I'm like. Yeah, that makes sense now when I think about it, because you're such a big fan of the other ones. So yeah, I totally get it.
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I thought you gave it a 6.
No. It's a good game. It really is. It's just that
8 out of 10 from you is a good score.
It's a good score, yeah. But the thing is like if I could play through the whole thing with like not a walkthrough or anything in 2 hours, and all the puzzles, and you die and you're just right back at the beginning of the screen again. I could, if I played through it, the only thing I could go back and do is try and find the few areas that I didn't wander into.
Yeah.
Cool games.
There's really not much reason for me to go back to it. Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about some games on Piko 3 or?
I'm fine with that.
Of course, I'll have to reload it because of my stupid.
Rich is playing a game.
I am.
You can hear the button.
For some reason, I just assumed it was Pete playing a game.
No, I'm not playing a game. No, I was playing my Super Pocket, but I'm not anymore. And the Super Pocket,
I'm playing a game that actually might set Crow off. So
yeah, you can't set the you can't hear the Super Pocket buttons. They're not as clicky as the.
Oh my god! Oh
nice.
My god! It's the gifts that keeps on. Awesome. I love you guys. It's like every stream people keep giving memberships. Thank you so much, Immortal.
Immortal is awesome.
Oh my God. So all I have to say is this.
Hell, it's only money, as Rockefeller said.
Yes, that's my real grandfather. So
It's been probably a year or so since he played that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I got a few of them. I found them. I
That's awesome. That's awesome. Ryan
okay, so Ryan, you know what you have to do then? You've got to watch my one man show. You have to. That's what I tell everybody. You have to hear my acapella chip tune. You got to go to Chip Tune Ed. That's great. Yeah, check out those videos. Oh my God, you got the Slim Jim. Fine, we'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
No.
yeah. I won't say no. I won't say to those requests. That's great. Oh my God, I so love that. Like we couldn't have planned that any more perfect. Oh my God, that's great. Okay.
Well, this game is so not good.
It's not, but they could have done a couple things to make it better.
Yeah, I find it's kind of the map and navigation. I had a tough time with it.
Yeah, it's mostly the map. The fact is, you have to bring up the map every few
Yep.
seconds. It took me a long time to figure out how to even play this game because it doesn't make any sense right from the get-go.
Yep.
Wait,
I
so
wanted to
what's the
like this
purpose?
game. I really did.
Wait, so what's the purpose of the game?
The purpose of the game is you're a cop and you're supposed to arrest the speeders and criminals.
But they don't have any indication other than on the map as to where you go to apprehend?
Exactly. If you look on the map, it's the ones that are colored blue or red. I can't remember which one. Certain ones are speeders. Certain ones are people that are criminals. And you're supposed to stop in front of the speeders and wait a while, and then you get them ticketed or something like that. You have a gun. And if you shoot, what's really funny is if you shoot at pedestrian cars on accident, even the game is just instantly over.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay, that's what,
So
yeah.
just don't shoot anybody unless you know for a fact you're following a major criminal, because the major criminals will come up, like there'll be a printout of them and who you're looking for, and all you got to do is you stop everybody the same way. It doesn't even matter whether or not they're a criminal or not. Just get ahead of them, stop them. The map loops, so if you keep driving, you're just going to keep wrapping around the map. I can't remember what colors what, to be honest, on that map. But what would have been nicer is if the colors of the cars were an indication on the main screen as well. Like if all the red cars were the speeders and if all the blue cars were the criminals or something like that. But that's not the case. The color of the car on the main screen doesn't matter. And then
That was my frustration. I wondered why I kept getting game over. I'm like, I've got guns. So yeah,
because you're shooting innocent people. That's
Yeah,
why.
don't kill the people you're not supposed to kill.
Yeah, this game was just, I don't know. For me, this game, yeah, it was not fun.
This game would be all right if they could have figured a way to not have you flip back and forth between the map every so often.
Yeah, like a little radar in the corner.
Because you move a little bit, and then you have to go back to the map anyway to see where that person, what you're trying to track down is, where they moved to.
It's almost like this should have been made for the DS, and then you'd have like that bottom screen and have like the radar.
Oh, this is like a decade before the DS.
Oh, I know. I know.
This really is almost like a reverse Grand Theft Auto. Because you're playing as the cop.
Yes.
It's an interesting thing, a game for the NES. It's just a little bit too ambitious, and and you know that this is only one of two games that Matchbox published.
Really?
The actual company that makes the little cars. This is actually a Matchbox game.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I remember the day this was announced. I remember like, oh, this is a Matchbox game because I remember the cover art of the game and it's saying Matchbox at the top. In fact, I thought the game name of the game was originally Matchbox Motor City Patrol, but I think Matchbox was just the logo at the top. But yeah, and every time you don't want to keep bumping into things because that'll put wear and tear in your car as well. So like you bump into too many things, you're gonna break your car, and then it'll be game over as well.
So yeah, for me to kind of sum it up, like this is
I brought
one
the
of
Kalish robber to justice. Get two, yeah.
For me, this is one of those games that gives like the Piko series a bad name, right? It's like that's it's just one of those games. I'm like,
to be honest, a lot of the licenses Piko have aren't of good games because they own the games of companies that are out of business now. And what kind of company goes out of business with good games?
That's true.
Or
Right?
at least profitable games. That's why I'm not too excited to see Piko collections, because to me it's all the leftovers of gaming. That's what it's to me.
Yeah, it can be, but sometimes there can be that gem. Sorry,
yeah, sometimes there's a good game in there, but most of the catalog that Piko has isn't very good.
You absolute Carl. Yep, love that. No, I just had to see Ryan's logo on the memberships. I know y'all said that he got it, but that is hilarious. Oh, Piko 4. No, I can't wait to check that out. And actually, later today, I'm hoping I can do my.
I can wait. I'm gonna wait.
Because
you can wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Probably a couple months.
For me, that's what I always call.
You don't want to get into Glover.
I'm not excited to see Glover. I am.
Oh, I can't wait to.
Glover.
I will be brutally.
You know how happy he is, Carl. He just wants to play with you.
I can't do anything unless I record that initial footage. That's what I call cursing YouTuber, because you can capture your initial experience once.
Actually, I tell you what, the other side of that poster is far more interesting to me, and I know nothing about that game.
Yeah, the other poster, it is pretty cool.
Holy Risky Woods.
Risky Woods is
that seems like it's going to be
an awesome poster.
Yeah.
I said so myself too. Actually, when I did the opening, I was like, "Man, this is awesome."
Right. So, anything you want to say? Anything else to sum up this game, or do we want to move on to the next one?
Let's see. When did I rank this? I think I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Because I didn't get to play this one yet.
Yeah,
I will say this: if the controls are at all off, then I'm not going to like this one.
Have you played the original Grand Theft Autos?
Yes.
It plays like that.
All right.
Except you can't get out of the car.
Okay. I mean,
but you will have to keep switching back and forth between the map a lot. I actually had to look up like gameplay videos and stuff to figure a lot of what I was doing. Yeah.
I'm
going to play them all, so I will play them, but we'll see.
All right, so let's move on. So this next one, I kind of have mixed feelings about, because
oh man,
you can't like
this game.
You can't play it like it doesn't play like the NES Punch Out.
No,
and that I don't know. It's just kind of weird, right? Like it's I can't find the right word. This is one of the worst
games. Along with Metal Mech, this is the worst game on the cartridge.
Yeah.
That's so disappointing to hear.
I wanted to really like.
Yeah, it is. It's like this game feels like a lot of developers fell in this trap during this time where a really great game came out, and then there was a lot of bad versions of that game. Like Punch Out came out, and this is a bad version of Punch Out.
Yeah.
You know,
I really wanted to like this game.
Me too. I really did, because it looks great, right?
Yeah, sprites are nice and cool. Like, looks like they got personality.
Yeah,
so you could be like
you got to get your meter up though, and you got to knock them out. You know what I mean? It's not like Punch Out where you can just kind of use your skill and move out of the way. It's just I don't know.
You can't move out of the way. There's you can't move out of the way in this game.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. You can't move out of the way. Yeah, you can't really do anything.
It looks like you might, even if the one guy's on one side of the screen and you're on the totally opposite side of the screen, and it looks like his punch totally doesn't hit you, you get hit.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you are on the screen at all in this game.
I mean, I love the graphics and art style. I mean, it kind of lures you into a false sense of, oh, this is going to be a really cool Punch-Out game, or it's going to be like Super Punch-Out for Super Nintendo. And no, it's not.
Once you figure out the strategy, you can beat like the first 8 people in a row doing exactly the same thing. And then it's not until like the last two people where you actually have to know a pattern to be able to block their punches in order to beat them. But yeah, all this game is waiting for your meter to get all the way up to the KO, and then you just hammer the buttons, and you're just invincible at that point.
Yeah, and that's stupid,
really?
right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I was trying to explain.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not like the Mike Tyson's Punch Out, where you were saying where you have to like learn their patterns and then you can beat them. Like that's what I was hoping this game was going to be.
Because every time you throw a punch, your stamina kind of goes down a little bit, so you don't want to be constantly punching because then you're just going to be drained of energy. But that's why you see me just sitting there waiting a lot, because I throw a punch, but then I wait for that meter to fill all the way back up again. And then, but to see the meter off on the left, that goes up. I can't remember what exactly makes that go up or not, but I just wait for that to go up. Oh, look at that. See? It's like it didn't happen the way I liked, so I reset it. But yeah, and then, but it's, the last couple guys in the game, the last boss is like a robot or whatever. But you have to be able to remember their pattern, and they always have just one pattern. So each of those guys just has one pattern you have to remember. And then as soon as your meter gets up to the top, hammer away. You're just going to defeat them unless you don't have enough time to. But let's see here. Can I control like where it is in the...
Yeah, this game, it's a big missed opportunity because I'm like, if they just had done this right, it could have just been so much better. But yeah,
so we're getting up to the...
I'm going to say kind of what Pete said in the beginning that kind of like summed it up. Like they saw Mike Tyson's was like Punch Out was popular. Hey, let's go ahead and crap out a game and try to make a similar thing. People will buy it based upon that.
So I'm just waiting for them to move and okay, this guy. Yeah. I think at this point it's still early in the game. I still haven't figured it out. Let me fast forward a little bit here.
Oh my God! Only real life in save states. You know what? 100 years in the future. 100 years in the future. That sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. Totally.
If your life had save states.
Yeah, totally.
It's like that didn't go the way I wanted to.
It's GBA. I wish that they took Super Punch Out from Super Nintendo, but no. Yeah, it's GBA.
Yeah, I remember seeing this game when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh, it looks like they did like a Super Punch Out kind of on the GBA."
Yeah,
but yeah, it's what it looks like, but it doesn't play like that at all.
Yeah, they would have been better off just copying Punch Out exactly, and they would probably had more sales and better reviews.
Yes. Oh, I wish they copied Punch Out.
Which means that I can't remember how many Punch Out clones there are on the Evercade now. There's at least 2. There might be 3. I can't.
There's a couple of those alien ones. There's 2 of the alien ones, right?
Yeah, there's the creepy brawler. Is Power Punch 2 on the Evercade? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on Piko 2.
Yeah, and they're both not good games.
Right.
This is a game that back in the day, if you saw the video, an image of this, you buy it and then you get it home, put it in, and you say, "Oh crap, this box art would sell it for you."
Right.
Yeah.
I think the salvageable thing back then, you'd be like, "Well, at least I can play it portably."
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I think this is
it's on Piko 1.
Okay. This is the first character I know you actually have to know a pattern to defeat.
And the Polymega, by the way. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, well, Piko is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about this crap long enough.
All right. Well, the next game is actually like one of my favorite games on this cart that like I really, really like a lot. So I'll be curious to see what you all think. With the stipulation that if you didn't have save states, this game would be frustrating as hell.
No, actually, this game is here's the thing: is you don't play on normal difficulty. I had to play on easy. Normal difficulty is it's way too frustrating.
I don't remember this game.
I think I played on normal, but what I like about it is it kind of forces you to replay the courses. You've got to learn where to get the speed up, the speed ups and all that. And I love like the Game Boy Color graphics and all that. But if you lose a race, you have to go all the way back to that beginning of that section. Like it'll save your progress. But man, if you didn't have save states to save at the beginning, this would be frustrating to play. But
I
no,
don't know
love
how.
this.
I don't know how
Once you
anybody
start
could play through and beat it on normal. There's just not enough time to play through it. So
I'm
like,
gonna have to go back and play it on easy because you're right, Krogs. I'm stuck at a point where like I'm still falling a level short of a couple seconds, and I don't know what else I can do to save time.
That same thing happened to me too, and I was like, just simply it's not enough time, and you got to, and it would make sense because if you remember, this game was actually not finished. So I think maybe it is literally impossible to finish it on normal.
That's right. Isn't this like, this is unreleased or a prototype version?
Yeah, it's unreleased and it's a prototype. So I don't think it was finished. I don't think the times were tweaked on it. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe there's somebody out there that has beat it on normal, but I certainly can't, not even with save states. So I went back to easy, and I was just using save states in between races. And
gotcha. So it's one of those games where easy should have been normal, and the normal is like very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if there. I can't remember if there's an expert option, but I never even tried it. If there was,
there's a PS1 version. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, then you're not even aware this is an arcade game.
Yeah.
The PS1 version is based on the arcade game.
Oh, okay.
And we really need that PS1 version of the game on Evercade.
Why wasn't that on Piko for?
If it even possible to get the arcade version, it's a Galco game. You know, yeah. So
wouldn't the PS1 version be better in the arcade? Because I would imagine the PS1 version probably has more extras.
I don't know about that. All you can tell you about the game, the best thing about it may be the main soundtrack, but it's well worth it. If you have the opportunity, go look up the soundtrack for Radical Bikers on PS1.
Okay.
I played it in my video for this, a little bit of it when I started it out, because every time I think of Radical Bikers, that song pops in my head because it's an awesome song. It's totally nonsensical, but that's what makes it awesome. It's about him being a pizza man. He's got to deliver the pizzas.
I got to check that out. No, I'm glad you said that there's a difference for time on easy, because that was my frustration. And that the game may not be able to be beat on normal. I'm going to go back and replay this. On a stream sometime.
I tried it for well over an hour, and it's like, let me go to easy.
The main theme is what we're looking for?
Yes.
All right. Let's see here.
The pizza man.
I don't want to blow out speakers. Let me just break this down here.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, I'll get you'll make this demonetized.
I don't think you will, because it didn't get copyright struck on my video.
I accidentally did that with the Butthole Surfers last night when I streamed. I didn't think it would play everything through my PC. It's all good though.
That sounded pretty good. Did you guys hear that or no?
No.
Bling.
Oh, okay.
You did a video about that a while ago. I bought it because of the Evercade existence, because of the Evercade's existence, but not for Evercade. Okay, cool. Very cool. How do I not know that Toxo? I need to look at your channel. How did I not know that Toxo is a YouTube channel? Go check out Toxo's channel.
Technically, everybody that's in the chat has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. But no, I know that. But I should say, I didn't realize that Toxo was a content creator and that they actively make videos. That's cool.
Yeah, it's developed by Bit Managers and Galco, published by Infogrames. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really
could the PS1 version still be owned by Infogrames instead of Piko?
It's possible.
And in which case, then it's an Atari game.
The arcade game was Galco, so Piko would have to own that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, okay. PS1. I'll have to emulate that. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that. That sounds like
I think this. Did I say this was the best game on the cart? No, actually, it's not. I gave this one 8 out of 10 as well. But I don't think it's very good, and I thought it was going to be the best game on the cart. But there's a game I like even more.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was my favorite. This was my favorite game on the cart for sure. Zero Tolerance is still pretty good, but yeah, I think I had the most.
Well, that is what I thought was the best game on the cart.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, that's like the whole point of this community. Like, people want to go in and talk about, like, for their love of retro gaming and stuff. So, it's all good. Listen, I mean, here's what's kind of funny. I'd like to see the next Ed, if that makes sense, because of like these three guys in the chat didn't promote me, then I wouldn't be here. So that's what So that's why,
Right.
I like to extend an olive branch and all that. So I think it's, and that's why people who are genuinely interested, I don't like, there are some people out there who maybe they just want like clicks for the videos. No, but like people who are genuinely like interested in doing it for the love of either Evercade or retro games or video games, it's all good. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked this. But yeah, I'll be curious to see which one is your favorite one, Crow, when we get to that.
Well, I just told you what it was.
It's this one.
This is a good game. I like this game. Sorry, I thought I was talking and I realized I was on mute.
I was wondering if Pete had anything to say about this game.
No, I like this game. It's a better version than Paperboy, in a way. Like, I like this better than Paperboy. I know it's sacrilege, but
I can see that. I never got too into Paperboy.
yeah, Paperboy's like, I consider, or anytime I look at bike games like this where you have to do time jumping, now I look at Excite Bike and Paperboy as kind of standards, but I never really liked Paperboy.
Did anyone play the song? I played the song.
No, what
So
song?
what did you think of the song, Rich?
I thought it was good.
Exactly.
It's like a cool little like guitar riff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
And then the lyrics are nonsensical,
Oh, are there lyrics? I didn't get to the part.
What do you mean you didn't hear the lyrics? The lyrics are what make the song.
That's awesome.
What song are we talking about?
The Radical Bikers theme on PS1.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah.
Well,
If
I don't
you
want
all
to get.
never-
I don't
you
want
know
to
what
get.
that
I don't
tells
want to get Ed like struck with a copyright thing.
You know what that means? If you've never heard the song, it means you never watched my Piko 3 video.
Oh, did you play it?
I played part of it in my video, yes, with the lyrics.
That's
okay.
awesome. All right. Well, here I'm going to turn down my volume again because you guys didn't hear when I was playing it. So, all right. I'm gonna listen to it.
I'm pretty confident.
Yeah,
you
the
could
one
play
thing I
it
do want to
without
say
getting a copyright.
I like about this cart, and we kind of saw this like with Sunsoft too. I like it when Evercade, when they do, or Blaze puts games on here that are either unknown or difficult to find or never made it, let's say, outside of Japan. Like, I think, like this one.
Well, this never made it anywhere. This was never
exactly. Yeah. But it's cool, just if nothing else, just to get a physical cart of something like that. It's just kind of a neat little novelty.
Well, again, it's one thing. We're getting a physical version of it, but still, what I think is an incomplete game.
Yeah. And that would make sense. I'm going to go back on easy because, I think you're right where they didn't set the diff. I think they didn't go back. They didn't have the chance to go back and tweak the times.
Yeah. Like, you could barely finish like the first couple levels on medium, but I can't see like how it's possible to finish like a couple levels in.
Yeah.
Again, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I looked up other people's videos on it, and nobody has done it.
Yeah, because I can remember this one level, but the times were tight. I got like every bonus, and I was able to shave off enough seconds, and I was like 1 second from the finish line. I'm like, I don't know what else I can do. Yeah, so yeah.
I think Rich listened to the lyrics.
Get out of my way.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. I'm a radical man.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's great.
That's freaking hilarious. Gotta get good.
Oh my goodness, that was good.
You know what you need to do though is when you need to put that in your car with your windows down and your radio blasting while you're driving.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so you unlock better bikes. See, okay, so the PS1 version you get so the version. Okay, cool.
Okay, there is unlockable bikes in this game too, but you know what? When I beat it on easy, it didn't give me anything. So
Oh.
I didn't get any unlockable bikes in this game yet, unless I'm missing something.
when you get the option to choose, I thought there were a couple unlockable ones.
Huh. I'll have to look at that, or maybe because I'm using save states, and if I die, I got to go back to the beginning, and maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Well, right at the beginning, I think there's when you go to select your biker. I thought there were bikes that you can't choose. Maybe I'm wrong. But
I'll have to look at that. Yeah. Maybe that's the secret. Then you got to unlock the bikes and go back. Yeah.
but if you can beat easy and you don't get anything, then how do you unlock them?
Huh. That's a great question. They didn't finish it. Yeah.
It's like, I beat it. I played through, made sure I could beat it. I beat that in easy. And I was like, oh, let's see what I unlocked. And I was like, nothing.
The race mode as well as the main. Cool. Nice.
Here, let me put this in the chat. There you
Oh,
go.
the link to the song? Yeah, you gotta listen to it.
Yeah, there's the link to the soundtrack in the private chat.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put it in the chat for
I can do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that on behalf of Ed because Ed is the chat person. If you're in the
Ooh. There we go.
you're in the thing.
Yeah, I'll put that.
There you go. So
And
you
it's
too can be a radical man.
Yeah, and it's the perfect soundtrack for that game. And I never played it, but
It's pretty
actually,
good.
I watched somebody else play it. There was Retro Pals. They were doing a Galco arcade stream where they were playing all the games by Galco. And this is far before we even got Galco on the Evercade. And I was watching both parts of that stream, and the Radical Bikers song was playing in the arcade version as well. And that's how I first heard of it.
I'm the pizza man. Yes.
Yeah, I'm the pizza man.
That's great.
It's good. It's a good time.
It's,
I'm very
I
glad
gotta
that
warn you
still
though,
do that.
once you listen to it, it's gonna be stuck in your head.
That's
for a
true.
while.
That's very true.
Uh-oh.
But it's the kind of thing you want stuck in your head. It's great.
Nice.
Make it there on time. I'm the pizza man.
So yeah, so
The
this
one
song,
part of the song, they're just shouting pizza toppings.
Yes.
yeah, no, I'm gonna I'll definitely check it out.
If that song causes a copyright claim, man, that is weird.
That would be wild.
I don't think it will
Good.
because it's in my video and it didn't.
Okay. Well, then we should be all right then.
But yeah, again, I probably have 10. I think I have well over 5 seconds of it in there. But
Yeah, it depends how. Yeah, well, that's why we have the link.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even like sometimes that thing is so sensitive. You could have like a brief second.
Mhm.
Yeah, there it is.
We'll do it. Cool.
It's very good.
So yeah, that's
That's
Piko 3. Yeah. So yeah, we do.
That
We
is such a bad song.
it's a good bad song.
Yeah. No, it's
It's,
just a bad
it's,
song.
a, it's a song so bad it wraps around to being good again.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those riffs.
it's a very like MST3K kind of like
That's
song.
great.
It's
That's
a,
great.
it's a so bad it's good.
Yeah. It's like that
Oh,
song-
man.
like that-
Oh man, I just made. What if
Grow
Torgo
up.
had a Walkman?
Hey, it's May the 4th today.
Would he be listening to that song?
Oh, yeah, made the 4th too.
not a Walkman, a boombox.
Oh, I need to play a Star Wars game today.
Oh,
Right.
that's so good.
Definitely need to play a Star Wars game today.
Yeah, you know what? I can agree with that. Offspring mixed with Deep Purple on that one. It is kind of like that. Yeah, it is Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
Anyone do
Everybody-
anything Star Wars related? We did that yesterday at the old job.
Oh, cool.
I did a New Hope, the Harmies Despecialized edition.
Yep.
And there were only people that were my age that were like, "Wait, that didn't happen. Like, what happened? Why is there no A New Hope? And what happened to the weird thing they didn't like? It's not there anymore. Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm one of those." So it was pretty good.
It's kind of like around the holidays, we'll watch like the Riff Tracks version of Life Day.
Oh, you mean a Star Wars holiday special?
Yes, yeah. But you got to watch
Holiday
the Riff
special is pretty wild.
I couldn't imagine watching that though without any commentary. Like at least with Riff Tracks, they make it watchable,
Well,
right?
You know what? With all this, I think they have riff tracks for every single Star Wars movie.
That's good. That's a good time. Everyone going to rush out to see Phantom Menace in the theater again. I almost did it because I was one of those people. There was a period of time 25 years ago where I was sitting in front of the Reading Cinema, which is 3.5 blocks away from the house, at that door until they opened at 9:45 or 10 o'clock that morning to get my tickets. And I got my tickets for the midnight show, and I was like super happy about it. And then all day long, I was like grabbing like various merchandise at the Walmart next door. And I actually did a video. I don't know where that is. It was before YouTube. I did a video like where I shot it like with a camera and stuff. And like I did an unboxing of all the stuff. And like, oh, look at this. And I can't wait to see this scene or whatever. And then I went to the movie theater and I came out and I was like,
I love that movie, man.
I thought pod racing was really cool. And I liked like all of the end stuff where they started like blowing up all the things and the big stuff. Like, but I don't know.
The prequels get a bad rap, but I remember when we and three friends went to the Canadian premiere in Montreal, and it was like red carpet. There was Star Wars character spotlights and everything. It was such an amazing thing. I love that. New Star Wars, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And the prequels hold up a lot better. They're going to get better and better because of the sequels, because they're hot garbage, right? So,
and that's well, I mean, so I'll take Force Awakens.
Nope, that was just A New Hope.
That was all right. I mean, A New Hope's my favorite movie. So of that series, it's my favorite movie, and it's in my top 5 of all time. So I'll take A New Hope 2, Electric Boogaloo, but yeah, I can't with Last Jedi and Rise of Sky. I can't.
We shouldn't turn this into a Star Wars show because all the nerds will come out and get the knives ready.
I'll tell you something. I remember when the special editions came out, and I wanted to see A New Hope again just to see the Jabba the Hutt scene that they reinserted back into the movie. And I remember after that scene, I fell asleep and I didn't wake up till the end of the movie.
I didn't see when I saw that scene, I was like, nah, I didn't like it.
Because I'd seen the movie so many times. It was the only scene I knew of that they added in.
Yeah.
And once I saw it, I was good. And I'm like, all the rest of the stuff that they added in, the CG and stuff, it was just like, yeah, whatever. And then I just kind of passed out.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I like watching it without all that stuff.
I watch them every second year. I watch the entire Star Wars 6 films with my kid, and every year in between we do Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. So we got them on a cycle during the Christmas season. We'll watch them.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Gina, because I was there in '97 going to see with all the re-releases in the theater. That was pretty cool. Regardless of whether or not how I feel about what they did to the films. There you go. Yeah. I've got those.
I played these side by side. It's interesting how they did the pan and scan different for each of these.
But nothing beats walking into the theater as a 5 or 6-year-old and watching Star Wars for the first time.
I never got that experience.
I still have that memory of like, what did I watch? And the whole summer, me and my cousins and friends, all we were playing is Luke Skywalker and Han Solo with sticks. Like we were just Star Wars. I got the X-Wing for Christmas. Like I had that thing. My buddy had the AT Walker, and another one had the Millennium Falcon. Like we had all the toys. It was so awesome.
My mom claims that either my dad or my uncle took me to see either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi in the theater, and I absolutely do not remember that at all. So I was probably way too young.
I remember the smell of potatoes because the theater, we saw it in a theater about 50 kilometers from my home in a different village. And in the winter, it was used to store vegetables. So they opened it up in the spring, which is in end of May of '78. So we didn't watch it in '77. It was Star Wars in '78.
Well-
And it smelled like potatoes as I was watching the movie.
Like if it was Empire Strikes Back, I would have been like 3 years old. So
Well, that came out in '80, right? So, yeah, good times.
Yeah, 80.
All right,
Yeah,
I got
80.
a jet.
Actually, if it was Empire Strikes Back and that was the year it was released, I was probably 3. Yeah, so I remember that.
Like, it's time to go with the final thoughts.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
You want to promote anything in the channel?
Oh, I got the Hits and Misses up, the Sunsoft 2 collection on the Evercade. It's been put up on my channel yesterday, so that's up there. So go check that out. And yeah, that's about it. Lots of cool stuff going on.
Nice, man.
Awesome.
Well, see you, Pete.
I'm gone. Bye, everybody.
Ever wrath.
Later.
What do you got going on your channel, Crow, next week? Or this
Well,
weekend?
I don't know. Might not be anything. I've got. I've just started Duke Nukem Collection 2. I finished Time to Kill, so I still got 2 more games, and that game took me like 5 days and like probably like 8 to 10 hours to finish. So I don't know how long the other ones are going to take. I assume they're going to be just as long. So I don't know. When did I put up my other one? Oh, 5 days ago. So I guess I put up the Duke Nukem Collection 1 early, like after the last Evercade. So yeah, now I think about it, I think it was Sunday or Monday it went up because I had actually already had it waiting to be published, and I already had started playing Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Yeah, Time to Kill actually not bad at all. Liked it. So hopefully Land of the Babes is just as good. So that's what I'm going to start playing next.
Nice. For me in that collection, it was the Duke Advance. That because those other 2 games didn't really feel like
I
Duke.
liked them. I didn't know what to expect from them because they were third person, and that's probably why I avoided them the first time. But I actually really liked them, especially since you didn't have to aim to hit anything.
Yeah. I may have to go back and play those more. But yeah, Duke Advanced I really like. Although sometimes Duke Advanced can be like really pixelated. It's like if they made a Link's version of Duke, it kind of what it feels
well,
like.
Well, that's what I'm like curious to see because I'm going to play that on my TV, but that was a Game Boy Advance game. So when you blow those up, it's going to be
exactly.
Like, what am I looking at? You know?
Yeah, that's better played on a handheld. I'm sure it looks great too on Super Pocket. But, cool.
But the other thing though too is it was made specifically for the Game Boy Advance, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the aiming and stuff with that.
Yeah. No, I actually to me it played better than than Duke Nukem 3D for the PS1. It played a lot better.
Total Meltdown, yeah, because what's interesting about that though too is like you don't have to aim upwards or downwards, and as long as you're in the general vicinity, you'll still hit.
Exactly.
Because I clearly fired a missile at something that wasn't in my crosshairs and it still hit.
So yeah. It plays like dude. Yeah, exactly. What do you got going on this weekend or next week?
Well, for me, I'm gonna be hanging out playing some Atari VCS, like the game I'm playing right now, which is Asteroids Deluxe 7800. There's another couple games that dropped yesterday that I got to check out as well. Got to do that longer Super Fun for 5 for the Polymega, so I can actually get to installing my Ultra module and start doing that stuff. So that's going to be happening soon. And then, of course, we got to get back into the Phantasy Star journey and get that. So last week was just really crazy, so there wasn't a lot of content per se on the channel. So I'll be working on getting some more stuff, and then of course, we got some card to get to as well.
Yeah.
So
there you go. You got that going on. One thing I will be curious to see when you play 64, because I know when the module is still new, I know both Retro Ralph and Mad Little Pixel they upgraded their CPU.
Yeah.
Because they're because you could clearly see where either the sound, there were some performance issues, but I wonder now if they've gone ahead and they've tweaked it to resolve that. So I'll be curious to see.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the updating and all that kind of stuff, but
yeah, you'll definitely want to update it. I think his kiddo he had to mute, needed his attention. So I will say next week, yes, will be my first look. I will go through, the usual deal. I will go through this for Piko 4. I'll have that, and then later this afternoon or tonight, sometime today, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming more Sunsoft 2.
I don't know if you can see how much dust is on the top of this thing. Holy
Oh
crap!
God! Oh, you're worse than me when it comes. Wow! Dang, dude. Ew. It's beard dust. No, I don't know. Well, look at all that
Good
dust
stuff.
off Crow's beard onto the. Oh, that'd be funny. Oh my goodness. Cool. So, it seems like we have lots of awesome stuff going on all 4 of our channels. And of course, in the description below, I have links to everyone's channel. So yeah, chances are if you stumbled in here today and you're liking this, then you'll probably like that. You'll probably want to sub your channel.
Yeah, man.
Space dust. I wonder if that's a Simpsons reference.
It could be. It wouldn't surprise me.
I think. Oh man. I don't know. I think my special edition VHS, they might actually still be sealed. I saw you just opening them. I think they're still sealed.
Well, I've watched these. That's why they're open.
Yeah.
I've had them. I had them playing side by side.
Ooh, have I ever played Mindstorm? I don't think I have, actually.
At one point, I owned the one that you have on the right, like the non-special edition there, the one that's not that
These-
gold. Yeah, I owned
Both
that.
of these were. I didn't buy these.
I have
These
both
were
of those, yeah.
Christmas presents. What was funny was my mom got me these for Christmas one year, and then the very next year I got these.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I got that too, but I think it's one of those things growing up like, ooh, why would I ever want this on VHS? I want it on DVD, and then those editions never came out. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and for me though, when those came out, the DVD versions, I don't think were out. Because the original release of the special edition on VHS was it 98 or 99? So just as DVDs were coming out. And then the previous edition was 96, 97. Or something like that.
Gotcha. Pop rocks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do have to say, while Star Wars and cool as all, for me, I'm more of a Trekkie fan. Just have to throw that out there. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just feel like in defense of Star Trek. I like my latest sci-fi thing though. Oh my god! If you have not seen the Fallout show, 8 episodes.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, I watched it.
Pretty good.
And I've never really played the game. I love the actors and I love the.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I played the mobile game, the resource management game. I played that.
Oh yeah, Vault Manager or whatever it is.
Yeah, had a lot of fun because you didn't actually need to spend any money. Yeah, until it got too repetitive. Actually, I played that.
I played the first 2. I kind of stopped playing the third one in the middle of it because I kind of wasn't. I liked it better when it wasn't first person.
Yeah,
I've got them. I've got them all between Good Old Gaming and Amazon for free. I've got Fallout Shelter. Yeah, I've got them all. I really should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that.
Yeah, I played 3, most of 4, and some of 76.
Yeah. I love anything post-apocalyptic that's done well in sci-fi with that. And what I love too is because when all that happened, it was in the 50s, so it's just kind of neat. That was kind of the last people remembered civilization, and they carried that aesthetic, all the way, all the way through. Gandalf has to go off to other to other things. So yeah, I think this might be a good place to wrap up. Again, this is an awesome show. We talked about a lot of cool things. We'll see what Evercade Alpha is, and all that.
Probably not for quite some time.
Yeah, I hope they let us. I hope they let us know to look forward to. But yeah, who knows? Maybe there'll be another leak. Oh, cool,
they don't need to.
Awesome. But yeah, so the usual YouTube, YouTube speak. If you happen to stumble in here through the YouTube verse and you like what you saw and you like this weekly podcast, you're going to want to subscribe to my channel. And if you liked all my friends in this, you're going to want to subscribe to their channels as well. Everything is in the I was going to say subscription description below. We have YouTube memberships, as you just saw, where if you want the extra and weirdness, I've been live streaming a little more than usual. So if you like that type of thing, and yes, this channel even has its own PO box. if you want to send me something to go ahead and open, to open and make a video of or not. So lots of cool things, lots of cool ways to support all of us. Most importantly of all, I appreciate that everyone gives in their time and they tune in every single week and you guys watch the other cool, weird things that I do. So now I'm going to go ahead and thank my channel members, and I was able to update to add the super supporters from last night's stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and bye-bye. Thank you, Crashline, Mr. Shua, Immortal Sojourn, and Sucker MC!